Yo,
Hey guys.
figure things out. My bad. I was watching Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, which is pretty good. The art style is completely overhauled. They they like aped uh what's it called? The Spider versus art style. But all right. Hey, welcome to the stream. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So, Last of Us. Perfect. This is perfect. Thank you, Naughty Dog, for yeah. I dude, what a show. I like that show is really. I've dude, last episode it was. I felt like episode 8, the one before that, was the best episode. The last episode is, I felt like, was too much like the game. If if you let's do this custom. I don't want to do like crazy. Okay. Hard stealth. Hard. All right. Classic. Full loadout. Speedrun mode. Nah. Yeah. Let's talk about it. So like what's the? Let me look at the episode list. Well, like,
Hi, I'm Neil Druckmann,
oh,
creative director.
I forgot.
And I'm
I
Troy
have
Baker.
this
I
on.
played Joel.
And I'm Ashley Johnson, and I
Huh.
play Ellie.
So, first cinematic here. You'll see as we get to the end. I mean, this opening image we wanted to match what we did at the end with image of Ellie.
I think it's such an interesting thing to start off with, not only in the past, but also to start off basically.
Yeah, that's one of the things we were discussing as we're
Let me
iterating on this
post
opening
something.
sequence, because it used to be it was all seen through Joel's eyes, but then it became a lot more interesting to think of it as you're seeing it through Sarah's eyes, because Sarah is really kind of the whole game is about this relationship between Joel and Ellie, but here Sarah is kind of embodies what their relationship is going to eventually become.
And that was probably one of the hardest roles to cast too, with Sarah.
Yeah.
There were a lot of people that came in, and I love that this scene was, that was one of the audition scenes, and it was so amazing when Hannah came in that it just, I mean, what you're seeing right now, that was the chemistry, and she was amazing. It's like kind of like a younger Dakota Fanning. Just there's an old soul behind those eyes.
Yeah, and she could turn it on and off between each take.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, she was crazy. She's amazing.
It was always a little awkward, right? You have a 12-year-old someone on the set, and you're doing this pretty dark stuff.
Especially with the way that we work too.
All right, let's hold off on some of the jokes today, guys.
Good. You started helping out with the mortgage then.
Yeah, you wish.
And this piece of music, actually, we were struggling to find which piece to play here. And then Gustavo wrote this thing for the VGAs just to play before we show the trailer. And right away I heard it, I was like,
Oh.
that's got to go in the opening. This is the theme kind of like the relationship between Joel and his daughter that later becomes the theme between Joel and Ellie.
Dang.
Hallican Drops,
Pelican drops.
the name of the band on her T-shirt. And where did you get that?
My daughter came up with that. My 2.5-year-old daughter named one of her dolls that. And we're searching for a name for a band. I'm like, I got a name for a band.
I need to get your daddy on the phone.
Uncle Tommy, what time is it?
I need to talk to your dad now. There's something.
Uncle Tommy? Hello? What was that all about?
Yeah, so talking about, I liked how on the first episode there was more story on Sarah.
Oh, dang it. I forgot to give this to him.
And like because I've listened to like the podcast and everything, and how like Craig Mazin and Neil Druckmann wanted the music to be like dreading and and like super tense. Like the tension was like super on. Wait, hold on. Let me put some things on. Cut. Simple. And yeah, first season. Yeah, the first season was, or the first episode was supposed to be um 2 episodes. Like
Dad?
um and how, if you remember, when Joel, Pedro Pascal, dropped off um the kid's body in the fire, that was supposed to be the end of the first episode. Dude, I thank God they added, or they just added like another, what, 20-30 minutes to that. And
Daddy?
what happened in the second episode? Second episode is like Boston. Boston. Um,
You in here?
Seem to be somehow connected
Uh,
to the
Where
nationwide
the heck
pandemic.
are you?
We've received reports that victims afflicted with the infection show signs of increased
nearby.
aggression, and there seems to be some commotion coming from the.
boom.
What was that?
Boston was good too. Like, oh, and we get introduced to Tess. Anna Torf? She was really good. And then got introduced to
What's going on?
Ellie, which is, dude, Bella Ramsey. Fucking chef's kiss, dude. She's probably the best. Yeah. I didn't see
Use his phone.
I didn't see Game of Thrones because, yeah, but yeah, she's like
Where
the
the hell
shining
are
star
you?
in this whole series.
Call me on my way.
And like, I loved how if you look at the titles of the episode, the first one is what's the first one's title? Something about it. All the episodes are almost like anthologies because they do like, they cut to each person's part of like apocalypse. Like third episode's probably the best episode on television. It was needed, and like Nick Offerman killed it. Where? Let me look at that episode's name. Yeah, the first episode is when you're lost in the darkness, and the last episode is named "Look for the Light." That's, dude, that's so good. Yeah, and the third episode, like, it was The Last of Us plus Up. It was like a whole movie about just like, oh man, it was just like how love, like the whole series about, like, the overarching theme is about love, adherence to love, and the dangers of it. So the third episode is tears, because yeah, it was just like Up. Man. All right, let's go. And
There you are.
I need to watch it again, but
okay?
did
Yeah?
Has anyone come in here?
did Nick
No,
Offerman
who would come in here?
Don't go near the doors. Just
drink
stand
the
back there.
poison too?
Dad, you're kind of freaking
Did they
me out.
both kill
going on?
themselves,
It's the cops.
or did
Something ain't right with them.
they just
I think they're
rode?
sick.
I'm kind of sick.
Oh, past that.
Jimmy,
They
Dad?
just
come here. Come
they
here.
just rode through the sunset,
Jimmy.
and then got old and died.
You shot him. I saw him this morning.
Listen to me. There is something bad going on. And you've got to get out of here. Do you understand me?
Yeah.
Tommy, come on. Come on.
And
Where the hell you been? You have any idea what's going on out there?
yeah, they're talking about this specific episode, like how Sarah was like,
Get out of here.
This ain't half the people.
Sarah and Ellie
Go.
Some sort of parasite or something.
have completely different attitudes towards violence.
Later.
How Sarah was like, "Oh,
How you holding
Dad,
up?
you shot him. He's super scared."
Can we hear
And
something
then
Yeah, sure thing.
on the first episode, when Joel like beat that guy's the guy who
No
knew,
radio.
kind of knew, because he was dealing to him.
No newsman wouldn't shut up.
They say
And
we're
then like Ellie was like perked up. It's like, oh,
Blocks on the highway.
like I've never had someone protect me like that.
Take 71.
And that's so good. Oh
Did they say how
man.
many are dead?
Probably a lot. They found this one family all mangled inside their
Tommy.
house. Right.
So
Sorry.
Jesus Christ, how did this happen?
They got no clue. But we ain't the only.
fourth episode was one,
This thing is just the South.
the introduction
Not
to the
East Coast,
clicker,
West Coast.
right?
Holy hell.
Oh no, wait. So first episode was,
I hope that some bitch made it out.
oh wait, no, yeah, first episode. I
Are we sick?
really need to watch it all again. First episode
They said
was
it's just people in the city. We're good.
Sarah's death, and then Joel
That's right, he did. We're fine.
meeting Ellie. Second episode,
See what they need.
and
Who do you think you're
first episode was
driving?
They gotta
Joel
keep
meeting
So do
But
we.
we have room.
Keep driving, Tommy.
Ellie and Tess. second episode was the introduction of the clickers, which is, oh my god, like everyone says like, like, where are the clickers? There's like, I know on the second season, because there's gonna be a second season. I can't wait. They're gonna have more clickers and they're gonna introduce more infected. Yeah, the clicker is so good. I heard they.
Holy shit! Just happened. What the fuck just happened? Did you see that? Yes, I saw.
The
Turn here, turn here.
the VO actors from this game
What are they running from?
got to play the clickers, which is sick.
Oh no.
We can't stop here.
And yeah, I don't know how much of the clickers were CGI, because there's like a weird, I know. Oh, it wasn't a plane tire, because there's weird movements of like, yeah, they're moving too weird for a human to like to move, you know. Yeah, we talked about like the piece of resistance of third episode. Fourth episode was, oh, yeah.
Dad?
I'm here, baby. I'm here. Come on, give me your hand.
Fourth episode was when they
My leg hurts.
How bad?
went to Kansas City.
Don't need to run.
Yeah, and oh,
Keep us safe.
yeah, the little action part of like of Ellie getting the gun from Bill's house. Yeah,
Keep running.
and then they're talking about like the letter. The letter from Bill saying to keep Kat safe. God, that was man. Oh yeah. Let me know in the comments how you felt about the death kiss with Tess and that in that clicker, or I guess infected.
He's dead.
Because
Damn it. We're almost there. We're almost there, baby.
I know some people didn't like that. I'm like blasé about it. It's I think they mentioned how that's another themes of love too. Like that's how they spread diseases, or they spread the infection, which is love, I guess. So I'm like whatever on it, but yeah, let me know in the comments like how you felt, like how you felt the death kiss, the test kiss.
So this is gonna be the first time that I've ever seen this scene. This was one specifically that I really didn't want to. Once we did it, and when we first talked about doing this in the very, very beginning, I knew this scene was gonna come, and it was. I told you, I was like, give me a heads up when this day comes, because it's not gonna be a good one.
Well, the thing with this scene, it's super difficult scene to shoot. The first time we shot it, we did like at least 15 takes or something crazy like that. and then we thought we had it in the can, and
Well, I thought
well, no, we all thought we came back to work and we started putting it in, and for me there was just something that was I felt like we could convey the same amount of emotion with less.
yeah.
And it was a hard thing to tell Troy because everybody put so much into it, and it's like we got to do it again.
Well, I remember
we
that
got to
day
come back to this.
when you came back and you told me that we have to do this again. Obviously, you'll see why what we're talking about. But this is the defining moment for Joel. This is
Tommy had a
where he
rifle.
draws that line in the sand where he has few moral lines left to cross.
Dude, I'm.
So
My
amazed at
body
how
just
well
went
Hana did, and
into complete like
I mean, it was
like
it was
shudders.
difficult to watch.
This
It's
scene-
just, on the mocap stage, and we actually
this
had
scene
people
like is really
after a few
good.
takes leave the set. They were like, I can't watch this anymore, and they just took off. But from a story standpoint, it's so important to show
They shot it just
what
like
the
the
violence
the
does
show.
and how it like rips apart this family.
Well, then especially a lot of times in video games, you see blatant violence, but when you personify it and you put it on a face, especially that young face, and you see the devastation that just one life lost can do, and it's just, I mean, this was such a hard day, hard day for both of us. I mean, it was exhausting for her, it was exhausting for me.
What a GD.
So the
What a-
opening credits. The thing with the opening
What a
initially we didn't want to do opening credits. We didn't
opening,
have the
man.
idea for this, but the jump felt too sudden to go from Sarah dying to then 20 years later.
And making up.
We found that when people watch it in succession, they're not paying attention when we start introducing Tess in the world because they're still recovering from Sarah dying. So we're like, okay, well, let's have this opening sequence that can kind of help bridge the gap. And just had the idea of just seeing this time-lapse video of fungus growing, because so much of the disease and the outbreak is based on this cordyceps fungus that spread through spores. So we contacted a group at Sony San Diego who did this whole opening sequence for us, and they actually got these fungal kits where they grew fungus
It's
like in
crazy.
their bathrooms and filmed this over like days to produce this thing.
There's a
Everything
Sony
you're seeing,
bathroom
obviously,
covered in
it's real, it's
fungus
not
right
CG,
now.
It's all organic.
Except for the spores at the end, which are CG. Everything is real. This whole journey is like a dreamlike state, and you constantly see people waking up. And you see this multiple time with Joel, and it's as if he's like remembering the past. He's always having these bad dreams throughout the game.
That was always something that we had to keep in mind when we did this scene, because we shot this before we shot Sarah dying scene. So it's kind of like we knew that those were going to be in one way or another kind of butted up against each other. But this is such a great thing. Again, this was in the audition thing that we did when we were trying to find Tess.
Oh
And when
yeah.
Annie walked in, it was
RP
just like,
to the voice
she
actor
walked in
Tess.
as Tess. We saw a lot of different people for that.
And crazy.
And this was
It's
just such a great, because the relationship you see from going from Sarah and Joel to now Joel and Tess, it's just, I don't know, you see everything, like the house that he was in before was nicer. He looked nicer, and it's not just the years have passed, but those years that have passed haven't
This
been
also
kind.
gets into something interesting for me as a writer, which is you have a certain notion of characters or how you want the structure to be, and then once it's interpreted through actors like Troy, it changes. Like I've always imagined as Joel doesn't really care for Tess. He's completely shut down, and Troy treated it differently, which is I think he really cares for Tess, and even though he might not show it, and we just kind of embrace that, and you kind of see that later when Tess gets infected. That wasn't how the scene was originally envisioned. That Joel has such a reaction, but it became a lot more interesting to own that.
Well, and also how much this relationship changed over, I mean, time and different writing iterations and just conversations that we had about this. Even, within just in the last month or so, we've had conversations about this. It's like, what is their relationship? Because we never define it. I think anybody else would have put it on the nose, they're lovers or whatever. There was one note that you gave. It's like, for one specific take, and said, let's just assume there was a fight last night over what we don't know. This is that moment afterwards. So it was like this awkward tension between the two of us.
Tess did lay down with Joel
There's no kiss that
in
Joel
the show,
and Tess have.
so I don't know.
It's just such an interesting relationship.
And the challenge was to try to how much can we convey just through nonverbal interaction.
Right.
All right. And then episode 4 is Kansas City.
The checkpoint's still open.
I think this is when the
Hurry up then.
pun book came out. Yeah, this is when Ellie made Joel laugh, man. Like, I think because there's not a lot of gameplay on the show, they made like full-on cutscenes on the show, and that's why I felt like, I don't know if a lot of people, I think a lot of people felt like this, like Joel and Ellie's relationship was like, it like, I felt like it was
Look at that.
perfectly in the middle of the season. It's like Joel laughing was like the point, what made me like, oh, okay, like they not trust each other, but they enjoy each other's company. And then and then they meet up with Sam and Henry, which is, dude, Sam being, is it Sam? Yeah, Sam being deaf, so good. So because it like,
Seems like more people are getting infected.
and Henry being like
Which means more people are sneaking out.
completely different from this game. Like, I made a video on how like Henry wasn't like, oh, you can't bring toys here. What are you talking? You crazy? Can't have fun. And then the show, like, Henry gives him like crayons and like things to like enjoy over. And then I love the part when after Sam and Henry held up Joel and Ellie, and then after that, and when they talk in that tall building, and he was like, that's the closest thing I've ever been to violence, which is, dude, I feel like that was like it really spoke to like culture now. It, dude, oh man.
See your IDs. There you go. What's your business here?
Got the day off. Visiting a friend.
All right, move on through. Thanks.
And then 5th episode is, oh, this is, the cat. So the 4th episode introduced us to Kathleen, and the voice actor for Tommy. That sounds exactly like Tommy. With his like tactical gear, with super like long straggly beard and like glorious hair.
They're gonna close all the checkpoints.
Yeah, I feel like if you played
Or we could just
the
let off
second
the
one,
blow.
second part 2 of The Last of Us,
Hey, Tess, you see that?
I felt like
I was there.
they
I was
will
tunnel looking.
Yeah, it's clear.
go back
Just used it. No patrols. And where are you off to?
Gonna pay
to, they'll hint back to how,
She's been asking around, trying to find him.
Marlene. What do the Fireflies need with Robert?
You think she'd tell me?
Well, what did you tell her?
The truth. I
hold
got no
on,
idea where he's
people
hiding.
talking, I don't want to talk over.
Hey, you stay out of trouble, all right? Military's gonna be out in force soon.
Yeah, see you around.
Yeah, I felt like they're gonna double back on Kathleen because
Marlene looking for Robert?
she is
I
only
don't like it.
only for
Better find someone
vengeance
to fire
and
back there.
justice because Henry sold her brother out to the like I know like just to his death.
Hey guys. How's
So
it going?
Kathleen is very
Shit's filling up out
vengeful
there.
and
How we
just
looking over here?
no matter what,
Been quiet.
I will
No signs of military or infected.
fucking kill Henry. I don't care. Like she didn't care about like who she hurts. She just wants Henry dead.
Joel, give me a hand
And
with this.
I feel like that's woo that's Ellie, man. That's Ellie on the second game. They're gonna go back to that.
I'll take it easy.
That's why like, oh man, Craig Mazin, Neil Druckmann did a perfect job.
Let there be
Just
light.
foreshadowing fucking to season 2, man. That's come on.
Let's grab our gear.
Yeah, so yeah, spoilers if you haven't played
Our backpacks are still here from
part
last
2, but man,
Not a lot of ammo.
The shots count.
yeah, and like episode 5, when Joel Pedro Pascal's like, when there's sniper fire,
Boost me up.
and then Joel like sneaked around the back like Solid Snake, and then
Yes, ma'am.
went up to the roof and just saw who's shooting. It's just the old man. It's just an old man.
Come on.
Which makes sense because like in a militia, like you just take everyone you can get.
Go on.
But Pedro Pascal is like, please don't, and just the old man just like
Be careful.
pointed his gun, and
Got a trick quick.
dude, that, oh man, that's so good.
Ain't been out here in a while.
It's like we're on a date.
Well, I am the romantic type.
Got your ways.
Cool. There this. And then a shotgun. Oh, I have. And yeah, episode 5 was when the giant
Where's the ladder?
There's got to be around
giant
here somewhere.
hole, and then just out comes billions, not billions, it's just like
Got it.
tons of
Great, bring it over.
infected and that bloater. And did you notice how the bloater killed Perry? It's just exact same animation as
Ladies
the
first.
bloater killing Joel.
Lady, you must be thinking of someone else.
That's all relative.
This way.
How do you do? Oh, there it is.
Down through here. You think Robert's still got our guns?
For his sake, he better.
Yeah,
Once
and
we get our merchandise back, it should be easy
and
to
then
unload.
Well, speaking of merchandise,
they were
when's that
talking
next
about
shipment?
Oh, we're meeting Bill next month.
Craig Mazin
Lots of
and
ammo.
Neil Druckmann were talking about
He
how
always shows up for something. Should keep us busy for a while.
they showed how Ellie and Joel was in sync when Ellie looked at the car when all the infected were like busting out and killing all the people, eating all the people. How when Ellie looked at the truck, Joel looked at the truck too. So there's like simpatico.
Hold up.
Yeah, and that scene was pretty video gamey. And it wasn't video gamey for video game's sake. It's like you can see that in a video game.
Where the hell are all these coming from? The place was clear last time.
They're coming out of something. Stay alert.
Dude, and when Sam told Ellie how he was bit, and Ellie like just cut her hand to just
Body's not that
like
old.
just try to heal or heal Sam. That's just this. They're so smart. That it just shows you like, oh, they need more than that. They need to really like
Should be able to fit through.
investigate how Ellie is
You okay?
Yeah. Damn
is
seal's
immune,
falling apart. Be
which
careful.
I guess episode 9 told us how she's immune, but not really.
Watch it, watch it.
Help me. My mask broke. Don't leave me to turn. Please.
Sorry. Jeez. What happened in episode 6? Oh, episode 6 is the um I guess there wasn't a cold open. It was just the old couple living in like Wyoming. That was super funny. And Joel did that trick of like tell me where to find my brother. What's that like trick? Like she mark where mark where you think you'll find my brother. And if and no, she marked where she can find my brother, and then if you like say the same thing, you won't Joel won't shoot her. And then it comes around in episode 8. But way more brutal, because I don't think Joel would ever kill those lovely old people. Oh, been around here. Oh, okay. No. Okay, so episode 6. Oh, dude, they jumped to Jackson, which is not in the first game. It is in the second.
Up ahead. You
But ew.
How you want to handle it?
Sneakily.
Jesus.
Oh, I don't have fire bombs. I guess.
All right, that's all of them.
Let's hope so.
Let's head back into the city.
Yep. Hold on, Tess. Hold on, Tess. Yeah, like every episode, there's one actor that showed the fuck up. Like on episode 1, it was Sarah, Sandy Newton's daughter, because she looks exactly like her. And Pedro Pascal. Episode 2, it was Anna Torv. It was Tess. And like we start to see like how playful and how much of like a little asshole Ellie is. And then 3 is like Nick Offerman, and I don't remember Frank's name. But yeah, they killed it. Or is that, oh, I forgot to mention that, was his name Michael? Or yeah, it was like the guy that Ellie shot. I got shot in the back of the legs, but he was pouring his heart out. It's like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just I want to see my mom. Like, dude, that is like, oh man, yeah, that guy was like, just give me an Emmy for being like a side character, like a tertiary character.
That's the one thing I love about the outside.
And then 5 is like Sam and Henry, dude.
Some of them air
Like,
Hey, if they weren't expired, that'd be a good idea.
when Henry shot Sam and you see the pool of blood, and like in internal, like Henry internally monologuing, like, what else can I do? And he just pops himself, and then the look on Belly Ramsey's face, like the shock of like, oh fuck, what the fuck did I just see? Dude. Oh man, that so good. The show is so good. Yeah, and 7 is when, yeah, meet up with Tommy. Tommy!
Through here. Cover the entrance.
And Maria, you got introduced to Maria, and we get more backstory from her, that she was a DA. She put bad people in jail, and then like
Damn it.
another like
Plank fell down.
super like gripping performance from like Pedro Pascal when he was like when I thought like they're gonna bring like
Here.
that
pass
Joel
it to me.
was having heart problems. Like I was like, what?
It's a bit heavy.
This didn't happen in the game. Like Joel doesn't have heart problems. Is that like is that how they're gonna get him? Like just heart problems? But Craig Mazin
I'm getting close.
Mazin and Druckmann said it was his panic attacks. And like he was just scared to failing Ellie how he failed Sarah. Which is like complete punch a guy. Like Pedro's crying
Soldiers around.
was like so good.
Come on.
And then 7 is left behind. That's okay. I thought it was a good episode. It showed like Ellie's backstory. But when I played Left Behind the DLC, like I felt more I liked it more than the story of The Last of Us. Like that relationship between Ellie and Riley really got to me in the game. On the show, it was like I'm a sucker for young love. That like Ellie like fixing her hair because like she liked Riley was like cute. But like I think the end of it when they didn't show like it was just a complete cut at the end. It was like oh okay. Yeah, it didn't
Shut it.
get me as much as the DLC did. But that was cool. Another like it showed how like there's no good or bad guys here in this world. Like it showed the federal officer like almost like giving Ellie is like a good talk. Like you can be something. You have the heart of a leader.
Hey, little man.
And like she wasn't like looking down on her, or he wasn't looking down on her. He wasn't like being an authority to her. She was just being like a cool like counselor.
You know he's expecting us.
Well, that'll make it more interesting.
Yeah, I like
Good to go.
how it just showed how grounded everything was and how there's really no evil people except for like episode 8.
Now, you hear me?
Speaking of which, episode 8, best episode of the series. Dude, David is a creeper. I fucking hated him, but like I love the performance, dude. Like every time oh, I need to watch it. Every time like on the scene where Ellie was in the cage and she broke his fucking finger. Dude, it gives me chills every time she screams, Ellie. Ellie's the little name's Ellie. Tell them that's the little girl that broke your fucking finger. Dude, oh, that's so good. Like Bella Ramsey, that this is Bella's the episode for sure. And like,
You touch it, you buy it.
Tess,
up.
it's been a while. You don't visit us anymore.
And Troy Baker was on there, which is fucking sick. Big up to Troy. So sick. And like Troy is like a good guy in Dave's crew. And in the podcast, he's like, yeah, he how he said he knew that David was a devil, but it's better to be on the side of the devil than be against him, which is like, if you're in like a starving commune and like a leader like in the apocalypse, like yeah, it's like you don't want to be against like a whole group, because yeah, they'll eat you or something. They will kill you and eat you. So like, and then dude, like, oh yeah, bravo to Scott Shepherd for being a gigantic creep.
Half hour
Oh
ago,
man,
you went back to the wharf.
when Ellie was almost assaulted and she grabbed the fucking butcher knife and destroyed David, and no Joel was there to stop him. It was just Ellie. It was Ellie's decision to stop damaging him. And then, oh man. And then when she got out of the restaurant and Joel like just grabbed her and hugged her, or yeah. Oh, Joel didn't hug her. Ellie went in for the hug, and it's like, he Pedro Pascal was like, "It's alright, baby girl." Dude, I was like, oh, tears, like on the floor, tears. Like, dude, she hasn't said baby girl for like 20 plus years. She hasn't said that thing to anyone but to Sarah, and I was like, oh man, what a fucking beautiful show. What a beautiful show.
Let us through.
You guys need to turn around and head back if you know what's good for you.
Our beef isn't with you. We just want Robert. You don't want to do this.
Turn the fuck around and leave now.
I'm not going anywhere without Robert.
Bitch, I will bash your skull unless you turn around and get your dumb ass out of here.
This is such a badass.
Fuck this.
Take cover!
You ready?
Yeah.
Yup.
I'll cover you. Get the angle on them.
You're gonna pay for that!
Let's just be cool.
Nicely done, Texas.
Yep.
You too. How the hell did he get all these guys?
If Robert's good at one thing,
And then-
he's writing blank checks. Let's go put an end to that.
Then episode 9. Dang. Oh, so
Shit's not going through here.
when Pedro Pascal just went complete Terminator on all the Fireflies.
Give me your hand.
And I like, dude, good job on just having Gus, I forgot his last name, the the composer of the game just make the music, just have the music in the show, because when there we're when they saw the giraffes, it's like, oh, dude, I remember, dude, that's it. Same thing as the game. They're so smart for like just putting in little tidbits of the like Easter eggs from the game, but not overdoing it. Not like not not being like, oh, do you remember this from the game? Like they're just really smart, being really smart about it.
More of Robert's guys.
Shit, I see him.
How do you know they're coming? Two of our guys died trying to take
Yeah,
us
and
out.
I
Guarantee
I
she
asked
and Joel are on their way here right now to get Robert.
my parents because they watched it too. It was like,
We shouldn't
what?
take
How?
this job. Not
What
on
would you
call.
do? Like,
Let's spread out and make sure no one's creeping around in here.
like I was like,
Move up. Move up.
like, what if it was a apocalypse and I was immune to the zombie thing, and they had to basically kill me to get the vaccine or whatever. And my dad was just like, "Oh yeah, I would I would just let them take like a fourth of your brain, and then I'll just tie you around my yeah, because you're gonna be invalid, but I'll just tie you around my waist on a rope, and I'll just I'll just
I got a cousin with him.
Seriously?
yeah, like I'll just
Idiot
let
thinks he
you
can save the world.
I'll just let them take a fourth of your brain. But I was like, no, to be serious. And they're like, it depends on the situation. Because, like, those fireflies don't know. Like, how would they know that, like, killing you would heal?
What was that? There's another one. Over there.
Oh, come on, Tess.
Oh, Jesus. Holy shit. I got you now.
Thank you.
Let's search the area.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, they would fucking kill everyone. Yeah, my parents is like, yeah, I would kill everyone just to protect my son. And after that I was like, oh, it's like that's nice. You'd protect me. You would kill everyone for me. That's like that really felt good. But and after that conversation, like I was listening to the podcast, the After the Show podcast, and how Neil Druckmann did playtest to two parties, parents and non-parents, and then the parents were like 75%. Fuck yeah, I would kill those dudes, save my kids, and then like 50%
Consolidated the crates in the south warehouse.
of the non-parents is like, oh yeah, I think like Joel is the bad guy. It's like, why?
What about Robert?
Dude,
Who's he holing up with tonight?
like
Guy's
that's
paranoid to stay here by himself.
Fuck if I know. We'll check in with the others and come up with something.
Got it.
Like, dude, you just wasted a potential to save the rest of the world. But that's what makes it such a good story. Such a good story. It's like it makes you like it just makes people like talk about things. And there's no right or wrong answer. Just like feelings. Feelings is the right answer. And like the human like psyche. Like yeah, the human psyche is like really, really fascinating.
Good takedown.
Whoa.
Oh man.
We should have brought more people.
They just slow us down.
No.
Yeah, you're right. Come on, the docks are this way. Let's do this.
But yeah, I can't wait for season 2. I know they were talking about how in season 2 there's going to be more infected, there's going to be more new infected,
That cocky son of a...
which is so sick. How they might
There's a lot of them.
because the game 2 was a big game, and they might have to do like season 3 just to tell the story of
That rap better be good for it.
Good for you, then what? Smugglers do. This is gonna happen here while the flies run out.
of the second game, which I'm really thinking. Spoilers for the second game. I really do wish they did this. Is the second season is gonna be Ellie's story, and the third season is gonna be Abby's. Because the second game is perfect. I think the second game is perfect for a TV adaptation. because you've seen tons of movies or shows that shows like consequences to like people's actions, and I think, oh, I can't wait to for like to ru- to for the second season to ruins people's day. Like it's gonna have um, more conversations around second season, and I can't wait till people are like, "Oh, are you on Team Ellie or Team Abby?" It's gonna be like just like a Civil War on Marvel Civil War, except like they both have like something worth fighting for, something worth avenging.
Whoa! You're dead, asshole!
Oh my gosh. Nice test.
Fuck these guys.
Oh man. Go shoot him, Tess. God dang it.
All right. That office. Robert must have run in there. Let's go.
Boom.
Get back! Get the fuck back!
We just want to talk, Robert.
We got fucking nothing to talk about!
Put your gun down.
Here, go fuck
Wonder,
yourself!
I've seen the actor before.
Robert?
I wonder who.
Joel, this way. Come on, he ran in here.
Yeah, Robert's like base model. I've seen him before.
We almost got him.
Oh,
Joel, this way. Joel.
Our first torture scene.
And it's with the lovely Robin Atkin Downs, which I was just joking and saying that it's
Is
not
that-
it's not a Naughty Dog game if Robin isn't getting the shit kicked out of it.
He's been in every game since Uncharted 1.
And we just put him through the ringer on this one. Poor guy.
It was important to show just how far Joel has come from the father you see in the opening sequence to here is a man that is willing to torture someone to just get
But it's
what
so
is essentially
interesting.
money in this world.
Right, but it's interesting because he's not. He's like that brutal enforcer. It's kind of like that scene in LA Confidential where he's Russell Crowe. She's running the show. She's the dominating one, and I'm just brought in to be the
She's
muscle.
the brains of the operation.
Yeah, clearly.
Stop!
oh, oh.
Quit your squirming.
That's all Robin's expressions too. It's so great. They did such a great job with the facial.
Yeah, it's important to note also all the facial is hand animated. We don't use any.
Isn't that
facial mocap.
crazy?
We find that we get better results with our animators.
And
Dude.
it almost becomes 1-to-1. And it's just
Oh man.
here it is.
So
Wait
good.
for it.
Give me a week.
You know, I might have done that if you hadn't tried to fucking kill me.
Vote of hesitation. It's gonna cost you.
I can't.
We re-edited that. We used to show the break, and actually, it was less brutal than when we didn't show it.
When you didn't show it?
Yeah, when it's left to your imagination, it's a lot worse.
Yeah, but just you can see the way that his arms positioned. But
Feels
yeah, you're
right,
right.
kinda.
This is so revealing, not only about the relationship, but about again who Joel has become. to go from a father who just cares about keeping his nose down and keeping the job and playing by the rules to being a guy who could just literally break some guy's arm over guns. It's just crazy.
Come on. Hey, fuck those fireflies. Just go get them.
She loved doing that scene too, and he loved that. She tried not to smile every time. And I love it's just business as usual. It's back to it. It's like, all right, so now what?
And we're about to meet very talented Merle Dandridge.
Ah, Merle. Now, here's something interesting about this. Again, going back to the audition, that process. We saw a bunch of different girls, even girls that we had originally seen for tests. We brought back to see.
They're all really
Marlene.
good.
They're fantastic.
And then Merle came in and just.
And
there was no question.
And I wasn't there for that. And
Ashley can chime in on this.
Or no.
Ashley was part of the audition for Merle.
When she came in, it was hands down.
Yeah.
It's like, that's Marlene. Come on.
It's funny that all three of us knew
Marlene.
like right away that she needs to play Marlene.
But you said we ended up setting up a special thing just for her.
Yeah.
Because you're like, you've got to see her. I want you to see her.
Yeah, we had callbacks, and she was busy. She couldn't make it. And we had a special day of callbacks just to bring her in because we felt really confident that she could do it.
I felt like she was the only one who didn't play it all either super tough
or street. Yeah.
Yeah, she kind of had.
Yeah, she really straddled that line.
It was so great. But we did that first scenes in the audition, literally first take, first scene. And she exits. It's at the very end of the game, and she turns around, she exits, and I turn around, look at Neil. I was like, I just mouthed, "Are you kidding me?" It's like,
and I mouthed, "I told you so."
Yeah, she did such a great job. This is another kind of thing that I think is interesting that's happening in video games, where we see two really strong women characters.
Oh yeah.
Female characters that aren't being over sexualized. They're just strong women.
We gotta get out of here now.
Okay.
You want this deal?
Yeah.
You gotta move.
I'm so excited that like
I know a way around this.
us nerds, us video game nerds have something to really show people that this is this is the game. Last of Us is a game. It was from a game. And how my parents were really invested in it. And I get to show them. I get to show them yeah, this is exactly how they presented it in the
Is that
game.
your people? What's left of them? Why do you think I'm turning to you guys? This way.
So why now?
They've been quiet. They're planning on leaving the city, but they need a scapegoat. They've been trying to rile us up.
Looks like they did.
Yeah, and yeah. The Mario movie's coming out in a couple of weeks. That looks so good.
Joel,
Dude,
give me a hand with this.
yeah, the video game and the film studio are gonna be eating so well in a couple of years. I feel like
Hey,
everyone is kind of tired of superheroes. I feel like the new trend is adapting video games. And that's this thing, for the commercial success of the Last of Us series, they're gonna start looking for film studios, or studios are gonna look for good games to show people, because yeah, that's money for them.
Soldiers. That's the way out.
And
the bridge.
And the video game studios are gonna look at that. It's oh, we should make really good stories. So that's a win-win for us and the studios. So I'm really excited.
We need to get to that door.
All right, let's do this.
You picked the wrong day to screw with us.
Go
Okay. Watch yourself.
Sneaky,
They're out in numbers today.
Good riddance.
Good.
Oh my gosh. Where are you? Oh, I'm sorry, dude. Yeah, which
Where are we going,
other
Marlene?
I can't wait for Kojima to make his show yeah, I can't wait for the
You okay?
Metal Gear
I'm running on
movie
fumes.
because I know
I'll
it's
make it.
in development. I don't know when. I don't know if it got canceled. Hopefully not. And there's talk about like making Death Stranding, my bread and butter, to like a movie with the same same actors as a game. So I really feel
The hell are we smuggling?
that's how that game is like a real really good adaptation for a film. Dude, I can't wait.
Joel, give me a hand with this.
Here we go. Ellie's introduction.
Yep.
And this stuff is all shot out of sequence. So it's I don't know, maybe you guys can talk about the process of how you get into that state.
I'm trying to remember that. I just really like the fact that the first time you see Ellie, you see her knife first.
Right.
I just think that's
You see that
kind
she's
of
a
awesome.
fighter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot to mention.
I forgot that was the first time that you saw Ellie.
Ashley Johnson
That was the first scene.
as
That just
as
from
the
get-go,
mother
she's
of
fighting.
Ellie.
Yeah, but it's not just
Basically
that she's
saying
fighting
like
'cause really cares
she
for Marlene.
gave
That was
birth
kind of
Yeah.
to the character
crux of
is
it,
such a
that these
so
two
meta.
really care for one another.
It's so good. Like
And I love such a short
everyone
time
in
scene
that
between
show,
Marlene and Ellie.
their production is
so
so
important because that has to carry through to the end of the game when Marlene
it's
shows up.
well done.
Well, even
Well
like
done.
just the
Well
positioning
done.
of the two people. I mean, it's Joel and Tess versus Ellie and Marlene.
And just like, it's so interesting watching, right? Joel here doesn't even make eye contact with her. He doesn't even acknowledge her existence.
Right.
She's not crossing to that part of town. I want Joel to watch over her.
Whoa, I don't think that's the best
Ellie.
Our first fight.
Here we go.
Bullshit!
I was close with his brother Tommy. Said if I was ever in a jam, I could rely on him.
Was that before or after he left?
Just reminding the player, like this guy you saw in the beginning, Joel's brother, he's changed too, and he's been involved.
Yeah.
Just get hints of.
There's a falling out between the two of them.
And it's just as you go on, you're starting to fill in that 20-year gap.
In the show, did Tommy?
No more talking.
Which is pretty true to your writing too, because I'm like, so what happened here? It's always, what do you think?
What do
Did
you think
Tommy
happened?
join the
'Cause I have
Fireflies?
no idea.
I don't have the time to write it.
Don't take long. And you, stay close.
For Joel, right? That's a hint. It's like, I don't want to be around this kid,
Right.
Because some subconscious part of him knows I could get hurt here.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna call it there, guys. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you all. And yeah, Last of Us season 1. What a hell of a show. I love it. It's like It's just, ah, man, it's so good. Um, and yeah, thank you for watching. If you like what I'm doing here, if you like what you see, like just yeah, just hit that like or subscribe, or don't. You don't have to. Yeah, and I'm out. Later, guys. Peace.